4 is the first of the Pragmatic Understanding questions. And the focus of these questions is to determine the function or stance of the conversation or lecture. So these are called understanding the function of what is said questions. What a mouthful. Again, don't worry too much about the names of these questions. You really want to make sure that you understand only what the question is asking you to do. And in this section, you will have to put the pieces together or synthesize information. The function of the lecture or conversation may not exactly match what the speaker says. Questions could look like this. What does the professor imply when he says this? Why does the student say this? What does the professor mean when she says this? So if you notice, in these questions, part of the lecture or conversation will be replayed for you, and then you have to determine the function. So let's take a look at an example. I want you to listen to an excerpt from a conversation between a male student and a female administrative assistant. They are discussing his dorm fees. So after the recording finishes, you will have about 30 seconds to answer this question.
Okay, I'll just pay with a credit card. And where do I do that?
At the housing office.
Housing office. All right.
Do you know where they are?
Okay, so let's take a look at the correct answer. What did you choose? The best answer is C. The pragmatic function of the woman's question is to ask the man whether or not he needs to be told the location of the housing office. So, the correct answer is C. Type 5, understanding the speaker's attitude questions. You may be asked a question about the speaker's feelings, likes, or dislikes, or a reason they feel anxiety or amusement. There are many options in this category. You also might be asked about a speaker's degree of certainty, or is the speaker referencing a source, giving a personal opinion? Are the facts presented generally accepted or disputed? And occasionally, you will get a question about irony. Irony is a common element in spoken American English. A speaker is being ironic when the intended meaning is the opposite of what he or she is actually saying. So think about this phrase. If you hear someone say, "That's just great," the tone and the intonation is actually saying, "That's not good at all." Speakers use irony for a variety of purposes, including emphasizing a point being made, bringing humor to a situation in order to win the audience's sympathy, or expressing disapproval in an indirect way. So listeners must infer the ironic statement's real meaning with both clues provided in the context and from the speaker's intonation. So take a look at the picture. You can see that hail is falling from the sky. And the first character says, "Nice weather, huh?" And the snail says, "Yes, why can't it do this all year? Why can't it hail all year?" So actually, they are being ironic. They are not really pleased with the weather. So let's take a look at the format for speaker attitudes questions. You might see something like, what can be inferred about the student? What is the professor's attitude towards X? What does the woman mean when she says this? Remember, you need to determine the tone of the voice. Does the speaker sound apologetic, confused, enthusiastic? This will help you detect their attitude and find the correct answer. So let's take a look at an example. Listen to the recording, and then you will have about 30 seconds to answer the question below.
Well, good. So, the bookstore isn't working out?
Oh, the bookstore's working out fine. I mean, this pays almost double what the bookstore does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, plus credit.
Plus credit.
And it's more hours, which the bookstores, I mean, it's a decent job and all. Everybody I work with, that part's great. It's just, I mean, I'm shelving books and kind of hanging out and not doing much else. If it weren't for the people, it'd be totally boring.
So let's take a look at what you chose. The correct answer is B. So in this example, it may be easy to confuse the speaker's attitude towards his job with his attitudes towards the people he works with. The student is bored with the job, but not the people he works with. So the best answer is B. He likes them.